What's
All
up? What's
right.
up?
Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. All right. Welcome to Perspective on this wonderful Thursday night, 8:30. Happy to be here. Doc, you happy to be here?
I'm excited to be here. I am blessed
Could you hear me,
to be.
Doc? I want,
Oh my
okay,
God, you can't
awesome.
hear me?
Outstanding. Yeah, I can hear you. I think there might be a delay in there. Hopefully, I'm just going to claim that it'll come together. So hopefully it won't be too big of a problem for us. But as I was saying, welcome to Perspective. And as we always do at the opening of our show, we kind of give explanation, introductions, and then a disclaimer. And you want to know what perspective about, it is right there, found right there in the name. Perspective. This is a safe place, a safe tree. It's a place where different opinions, points of views, lived experiences are shared openly and honestly and freely, and without any fear of reprise. So you're definitely going to run into individuals who may think differently than you. They may have experienced things differently than you have, and have really strong feelings on a myriad of different topics and subjects. However, we know our differences. That's really what the culprit is. So just because someone else has a different point of view and a different opinion or different perspective, it doesn't make them right or them wrong. And it doesn't make you right or you wrong. It just simply means that you're different, and that. And when there's differences, we get to understand each other better when we can talk about those things, and that ultimately brings us closer together. And we'll find that we have more in common than not, and that bolsters the community. We think that's a positive thing, and that is what we aim to do here on Perspective. With that being said, I am Eric Butler, aka the Intellect, aka the Cullinan Eight, because I'm the biggest diamond ever found on land, aka the Atlantic, because I'm cold, deep, and choppy, and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. I've been in talent acquisitions for about 18 years. That has allowed me the opportunity to do some career consulting, to do some public speaking. I have moved into the community and kind of did my little, community service through what we call the Empower series. It is a nonprofit financial literacy program that you can go on to YouTube and look up the Empower series. Also, you can go to our website at www.empowerseries.com and check that out. Also, Doc, I'm going to take a little extra time on this. We do have our first workshop starting out at the year. It's about goal setting, and it's about doing a workshop about setting those goals and planning out and mapping out a way to achieve those goals. It is this Saturday at 10 o'clock person if you're there in person, and then 10:30 online. You can definitely go and register. You do not have to go physically, but I would love to see you there. I think they're going to make me get up and say something at this event. And then also you can register virtually, and it'll really be helpful if you would go and do that. So RSVP that for me. Let me know. Other than that, I'm here, know a few things, share a few things, but at the end of the day, I'm just here to share my perspective. And with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to my super duper quadrifractalistic espialidocious co-host, who is unmatched, untenable, can only be imitated but never duplicated. And I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. Thank you guys so much for being here. We know that you could be anywhere on your wonderful Thursday evening, but you are here with us, and we do not take that lightly. So, my name is Latoya. I'm a
Absolutely.
licensed professional counselor. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. At home, them kids call me mama, and Chef Jeff calls me wife. Chef Jeff also has a show on the BS3 network. It is called This Dope Cooking Show. It comes on Tuesdays at 5:30. Let's see, what do I want to plug? Please follow me on all the things, Instagram specifically, Latoya the Therapist.
All
And
the
anything you
things.
want to know about me is in the link in my bio. We'll say that. I'm
Indeed.
excited about tonight. Are you?
I am. I am. It's going to be interesting. I think people have a pretty pointed idea and thought on this, and I love challenging those things. However, I don't know because I'm kind of trained in one line of thinking. So hopefully
Uh-oh.
some shared experiences and opinions and perspectives will be food for thought and have to think about it.
All right,
I'll
let's
say
hit the
that. So
comments. We'll get into
let's
it.
do it. Mr. Ben Sutter III says you can support BS3 Network by sending stars. Stars help us earn money to continue building the network. Thank you. And if you don't recognize, Mr. Ben Sutter III puts the BS3 into the BS3 network. Great leadership, great human being, great person. And this is a great network. By sending stars, it's not a lot, but it definitely helps a lot. So it's well worth the effort and the input. Facebook user says, "Hey, sir. Well, hey, I don't know what your name is, but hey to you too. I'm gonna try to find it though. I'm gonna try to find it. Mr. J. Gilliard, that's my partner right there. You know, we was talking about that dope cooking show. Uh, Usually she do this thing and she says, my man, my man, my man type thing. But she didn't do that, but that's who that is right there. So Mr. J. Gill, you say, what up, folks? We are in here in the comments. Absolutely.
Yes,
Just
we
came
are.
around. No hockey stick, just want somebody to act up. He says, tune in and tell a friend. Indeed. Hey, I seen you cooking your little last meal, man. I was like, okay. With the I think it was vegan, was it? Or what
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it?
yeah. He's hooking them people up.
Yeah,
So the people
man,
at
it
the
was
yeah, they're doing like a Daniel fast or whatever. I'm not doing it, but they're
mhm.
doing a Daniel fast, and he was making like some vegan situation. I was like, oh, it looks so
Man, it
good.
looks so
And it
good. I said, okay,
smelled
it
great,
did.
and I was like, can I put a little piece of chicken on mine?
No, that's what's up, man. So definitely check that out on the BS3 network on Tuesdays at 5:30, if I'm not correct. Definitely drop that information in there, Jeff, for everybody, so they can check it out. All right, Doc.
All right, so let's give a
Let's
disclaimer.
we finna
The
stir the
disclaimer.
pot.
I am a therapist, not your therapist,
Yeah.
unless we have paperwork and a payment plan in place. Eric and I will be speaking from our life experience, education, background, things that we believe, things that we've heard. We are not necessarily speaking about our current life as is, unless we say this is currently happening to us. We are currently dealing with this, then we are not talking about our personal business. Okay. And we know that your sister's cousin's
Right.
homegirl went through the same situation and it worked out well for her. We love her, we support her, but we're not talking about her. Okay. We are talking about things from a majority perspective and things from a high level. That's what we're discussing. Okay. So let's get into it.
High level. High level. Doc, spinning the block. Why and how many times is okay? Now, we can, Doc loves definition because she doesn't like to go in on things when people don't understand. If you're talking about spinning the block, we are talking about relationships. There is,
And
and
going
correct me, and you
back
can say it.
to your ex.
There you go. So if you have been with someone in the past and things ended, I'm not even gonna speculate how or what happened. Is it okay? Like, why would you go back? How many times is okay to go back? Let's talk about it.
I feel
I'm
like this is a
saying,
really good
oh,
thing because Nelly and Ashanti have gotten back together, and we are all rooting for Nelly and Ashanti this go around. And if you're
mm,
not rooting for Nelly and Ashanti, please keep your hate elsewhere because we love Ashanti and we want her to be happy. And so I think people think they're gonna get that Nelly and Ashanti when they go back, but I don't know. I don't know.
now the net you say that I'm listen. Everybody say everybody if you hate them, I don't hate them. I'm just not, they just can't make me. Who said they broke up for a long time anyway? Where they really broke up? Were they what kind of
Nelly and
situation were
Ashanti,
they in the beginning? Do we even know that? I'm just saying the
we know.
celebrity of the
Hold on,
celebrityism. I don't think
hold
it's
on.
real.
No. If you look at the pictures of Nelly with Miss Jackson, and then you look at the pictures of Nelly with Ashanti, he need to be with Ashanti. With Miss Jackson, he giving you this.
Are you talking about the smile?
With Ashanti, he like you can see all his teeth. Every tooth in his mouth you can see.
You
With
see
Miss
all
Jackson,
his
it's
teeth.
here.
All
Every tooth in his mouth. I'm just saying.
but is it okay though? Well, listen, see, this is the thing. This is what I'm attacking. What I'm talking to my people, my viewers. They like me. We just, we just hardworking, you know, individuals. We're not celebrities. You know what I mean? We got other things that are happening. So from our point of view and our perspective, I feel like those celebrities, they're not going to make decisions necessarily in the same realm that we would in considering that. So let's kind of quantify this. What would you say are elements that would absolutely, and I definitely want our viewers to chime in, definitely, what would be the elements that it is just absolutely not okay to go back? So what would you say to those, Doc? What would be your thoughts?
Um, I think the first
So
thing that
ultimately
comes to
you feel
mind
like it's okay, right?
to go back, I
So ultimately, you feel like it is okay to go back at a high level. Like it's okay to even consider that because there are some that like I
it is
never go
okay to
back.
consider. It is okay to
I got some
consider,
stories
but
on
I
that.
don't know if it's okay to go back because what work was done while we weren't together. So I feel like the assumption is if you're doing the work
Okay, now we getting
to be
okay.
better, then it's cool to go back. But if you're not doing the work, what are we going back for? What are we doing?
Mm.
That's what I
So let's
think.
dig into that a little bit. You said so. If we're not doing the work, what would be the work?
So, like, if we broke up because you had an anger issue, did you go to therapy? Did you take an anger management class? Did you go on a yoga retreat? Did you learn how to meditate? Did you find Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Brother Rock? Like, what happened? How do I know that you're still not going to bring that same anger back? Did you do some type of shadow work, some type of healing of your inner child? Like, what did you do? If we broke up because you can't communicate, did you take a communications class? Did you go see Latoya, the therapist, and let her teach you the difference between assertive and aggressive communication? What was the work? If we broke up because you were poor and you weren't helping pay any of the bills, did you get a better job? Did you learn how to manage your finances? Did you go to the Empower series and take a financial literacy class? Like, what was the work?
Absolutely. Talk it. Talk, Doc. Talk. That's what I'm saying. I love it. Did you get yourself in better
Did you use
condition?
your
We're not talking
resources?
about, yeah, did you look good? Did you go to a fitness class? Did you go to Fitness by Nori and hit up her classes in DeSoto on Monday through Thursdays at 7 o'clock at the DeSoto Rec Center? You know what I'm saying? Did you go do some of those things? So, but I'm being funny because, Nori she's on the show. So I wanted to give a shout out like that. But with that being said, if you've made some of those strides, and I think that's a good point. I think you need to have the door open for consideration to do that because you make a good point. If people have that absolutely are taking some real steps into making some changes and some improvements in their life, then I think you want to be open, especially if it didn't end on anything too tragic.
Right.
I'm fearful because in my mind I can be very stoic in a manner. I can be very, I don't want to say stubborn, but matter of fact about, I don't want to be number two. Two, people have some of the sayings, and this is not necessarily my position or my thought, I would say, but what I've heard and come across is individuals saying, I don't want to be number two. They feel like you went out, it was trash out there, and you realize you lost something. Now here you coming back. So is that a real thing? Do you think that's someone being a little bit too um I don't know, egotistical, being too sensitive, being too stubborn?
Mm-mm. I think I think everybody has their set standards, and I think for me, if I'm not your first choice, I'm not a choice.
Okay. That
So
was
I
shoot. I
totally
mean,
agree.
so they can't spend so what if they was so what if okay, it was some they they coming back and they didn't done all that work you said. And do they have to tell you, yeah, I left you and I went back to go see somebody else and now I'm coming back? I don't think that's necessarily the circumstance. And I would totally
I don't think that's
100%
real
agree with
life
you.
either.
I'm like,
I don't know that people are doing
yeah,
that. I don't know that
I'm
people
not a
are
number
like,
two. Yeah,
yeah. Nah. Hold on. Let's catch the comments up though, and then we can like really get
yeah,
into
let's do that.
that. Okay, go ahead.
Keisha K. Calicut, how you doing? So thankful for you to be here. Indeed. Ben, good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, sir. Let me sit up straight.
Facebook user says, "Hey, at work again. Carter's great grand. Hey, Miss Lynn, how you doing, Miss
Hey,
Lynn? Thank you for being in the building."
it's
Facebook
Lynn.
says, "But
What's up?
Miss Lynn, yeah, she gonna come with the heat. Nothing but truth, honesty." Um, but Facebook user says, "But once she announced her pregnancy, that smile is a smirk now."
Oh, I haven't
Hello.
even been paying attention. Now I gotta go look.
See,
Now I gotta go
yeah,
look.
see the truth. Here come the truth. Say it depends on how it broke off. Good,
I'm
yeah,
with that.
I agree with that.
With that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm trying to see who that might have been.
Okay, well, Alexis Butler.
So y'all,
Hey.
with that being said, I agree. Yeah, I agree because we got some technical difficulties, y'all. So just hold on with us. I know y'all see some glitching or there may be some delayed voice, but hopefully it'll catch up and kind of recalibrate. That it has done that and fixed itself before in the past. Um, with that being said, yeah, I think it does matter. Alexis Butler says, "Woo, I made it." Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Hello,
girl.
Mr.
Hey.
J. She's talking about Mr. J. Gilliard. Facebook user says, "If I'm not the one, then let me be the second to know."
Let me be the first to go.
First, okay, y'all rhyming now. Facebook user says, peace and blessings
Peace
to
and
you as well.
blessings. Peace and blessings. Can you see, like, are you
Oh
on
man,
Facebook?
that's
Can you
Mr.
see who they
Franchise
are?
Jones.
Oh, okay.
I
Well, hey,
can
Mr.
now.
Jones.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Okay, so what we were saying was like, um, how it broke off and did you do the work? I don't think that anyone's coming back to the situation and saying, "Hey, I broke up with you and I slid over Keisha's house. Keisha don't make her eggs like how you make your eggs. So here I am, I'm back." I don't think people are having those conversations. I don't think that's real life.
Right, right. That's not real life. And I think more, I would be set out to say if individuals, because I think it's hard to really decipher and decide like what are elements that a breakup occurred or separation occurred, and it would be okay to circle back around. Now, it could be something like distance, like if you had a job, you had to move
There you go.
away, long someone saying, yeah, I don't, I'm not, a long distance relationship is not healthy or it wasn't tenable, right?
Right.
Now, do they still date other people and say, okay, we're going to go our separate ways? I would say yes. To me, this takes a certain level of maturity. It's like, yes, okay, we're not together. Now, you know, circumstances arise. You've always stayed cordial, maybe, or maybe not at all. But now you're back in Texas. You didn't move back to Texas, or you moved to wherever they were, and now you connect again. Um, I think that's an optimal situation. But usually, I'm really wanting to dig in to like, because I think that's it wasn't really a breakup. And you didn't have anything to do that. I'm saying let's dig into maybe there was some, like you said at the beginning of the show, maybe they didn't know how to communicate. Because I think that's the real kicker you'd have to decipher. Because a lot of relationships I think end because of not that either one was bad. Like there was no infidelity, no misappropriation of finances, nothing strategic or very vital like that, but like of ideals. Maybe they was too. I'm gonna say it. Maybe they was too big. They was too big or something. They was. I'm gonna say unhealthy.
Wait, like
It
they
was
need the little wait, like heavy
Let's
headed,
say,
like
yeah.
a
Let's talk
pepper.
about it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Because I'm
So
telling you,
hold
there are
on.
some relationships where somebody. Mhm.
So somebody gains weight, they don't have a medical condition, y'all break up, they lose the weight, and now you want to spin the block? Is that what you're
I'm
saying?
just we. I'm the messenger, dog. Yeah, dog, yeah. That's it. Sounds just like it came out.
So to the person who gained the weight and lost the
That's a
weight, don't
no.
take them back. No. You left me because
Why?
I gained weight. Oh my gosh.
Well, they
No,
weren't
that's awful.
attracted anymore.
Yeah, well then like let's go for a
It
walk.
is.
Stop feeding me cheeseburgers. Like let's take me for a walk. Don't just leave me. That's
They
crazy.
tried. They tried, doc. They tried, doc.
How much weight we talking?
They tried.
How much weight are we talking?
Yeah, see, doc. This is what I'm saying. People have to be honest with themselves. If you were in a relationship, let's say you didn't maintain yourself, okay,
Yeah.
and the person is like, "I love you. I love who you are. I'm just not attracted to you anymore."
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's a
That's
real
terrible.
honest thing that can happen. Doesn't mean it does
Yeah.
that make them a bad person?
I don't think so.
Now we're not
I
talking
think
about
it makes
marriage.
them honest. I think it makes them honest. And I think that we always be like, I was just about keep it real with me. Be honest with me. Tell me what's going on. Be honest. Be honest. But then when
That's what
people tell
they
you those
say.
harsh truths, then you get upset. And so that is a very harsh, hard truth. And I think that the person who said it, we don't give them enough credit for like they really had to work up to that. They didn't come home and say, "Hey, you need to go see that doctor that's on TV because you're too big." Like, give them some credit for being honest. But then to the person that's hearing it, what do you do with that information? Do you get on Weight Watchers? Do you
That's who
start
I'm
taking
yeah.
walks? Or like what happens?
No, this happens. Now, some maybe there's somebody in the group, maybe not you, but maybe somebody you know. That happens because I've heard of situations where there's a breakup and now the person is like, I'm gonna, to recover. They join a gym, they change their diet, they go to work, they work hard, then they get back in a relationship, not necessarily with that same person, but back in a relationship. And then that all that type of effort and what they're doing and that lifestyle goes away, which leads them back into the same boat.
So here's my thing. If you can lose weight out of the relationship, you can lose weight in the relationship. Like, is the person like that unhappy? Like, are they eating pies and cakes in the bed because they don't really want to be laying next to you? Like, what is going on? Like, I don't know. This is crazy.
Yeah, you get see. I think that's a deep. Well, that goes back to my point. You jump back into taking care of yourself. You lose some weight. You run into that person again. They like, man, you look really good. You doing okay, and then the attraction is there. So if you and you were
Like in
attracted
that
to
movie.
them, but they were no longer attracted to you,
Mm-mm.
what movie?
The Tyler Perry movie when she had to go
What
up the
movie? Did you
mountain
say
to
like in a
save her
movie?
Yeah, like the Tyler Perry movie where she had to go up the mountain to save her marriage. What was the name of that movie?
Why you say she have to?
That's what she said. She
Y'all
said,
put the
I'm going
movie
up
in the
this
chat.
mountain.
I forget the name
She
of
said,
that.
I'm
It was
going up
Tyler.
this mountain to save my marriage. It was Jilly from Philly. It was Jill Scott. Why did I get married? Why did I get married? That's what it's called. Why did I get married?
Yeah,
And
it was Jill Scott.
she was
Why did I
big,
get married? Right,
and
right.
then she lost weight. And he was like, "Hey, you looking good." And she was like, "Yeah, because me and my man be working out." Sis had moved on.
Yeah, I mean, but listen, I don't think that's a good example because that dude was cruel. He was like, man, and
But
he was cheating on her
that's just
in
what
her
came
face
to
with
my
her
mind.
friend. A whole lot of she better not
That's
go
just what
back.
came to
I'm
my
telling you.
mind.
I don't know her. I ain't got no ruling or control over her life, but she better not. That's what I'm gonna say to her. If I saw a stranger in that circumstance, I'd be like, you better not. You hear me? But no, I'm saying because I think that would be criticized too. The person who left could be a man or the woman, and then they see the person and they have gotten in shape. They, better situation in that sense. which may have that breakup or them being honest. I'll say that honesty may have been the catalyst for them to make some personal changes in them lives so they could benefit from it. Because good health, way. With that being said, how can you hold that against that person? One, what you just said, for being honest and being brave enough. And I think that is an act of care and love. Now, that doesn't mean they left them. Like, I'm out of here and did them bad, but like, hey, I'm no longer attracted to you. Yeah, I'm gonna go over here, you go over there, and we'll leave it be. So it doesn't progress. But if they come back and you've made those changes, is it okay? Is it okay for the person who lost the weight?
So
Is it
I
okay
have
for the
so many.
person who made those changes and strides in their own life to say,
So here's my I have a
you
few
have so many
questions. So the first
questions?
question is like, how much weight is too much weight? Because if you notice that I gained 15 pounds, say something at the 15-pound mark. Don't wait till I get to 75. Do you know how long it's gonna take me to lose 75 pounds? Like when you notice something was going on, say something. You can't wake up, I've gained 100 pounds, and you like,
I'm
yeah, I
pretty
don't
sure
like you
that
no more. You didn't like me
I'm
50
pretty
pounds
sure
ago.
that
Why you didn't say nothing?
yeah, I'm pretty sure that there no, that's true. And they made statements and they tried to and they led, but hey man, there was no no attraction there anymore. Which and then this leads to this the type of stuff that leads to infidelity anyway. Now I'm not gonna give nobody a pass saying, well, I was no longer attracted to my mate, so I cheated on them. Yeah, you got to do some more
Right.
work. Like you said, I'm gonna have a lot of questions. Like, did you try? Did you go to counseling? Did
Yeah,
you
I have so
explain
many
that? Did you
questions.
express
Yeah.
that? So we saying in this, so we're saying in this scenario, yes, those proper attempts were made, and then the ultimate decision was made that or it would just reveal, like, man, I'm not attracted to you. Now I want to do something else. I don't want to cheat on you. I don't want to break the sanctity of the promises we have in this committed relationship we're in. So I'm gonna have to step away. One, to save the integrity of myself and my word, and then two, so that I don't offend or hurt you in that way. In that way, yeah, this is probably going to hurt. So we come back around, and the reason I'm asking this question this way, ladies and gentlemen, is because the premises being, no, you left me. Now I'm looking good. Now you want me back, and now you no good anymore. When I wasn't, when one of the people wasn't a bad mate. They were honest and open, and instead of violating the relationship, they talked to you about it and they stepped away. And so the element that had them stepping away has now been addressed. I want to understand from the viewers, is it okay to come on to allow them back in and consider
I'm
that
gonna
to,
say
like, yeah, we can
no.
move forward, we can get back
Absolutely
together,
not. No.
we can circle the block. Why?
No.
Okay, why?
No. Here's
Why?
my why. Here's my
Why
why.
not?
So I gained weight for
Why?
whatever reason,
Why not?
depression, too much food, like whatever I had going on, I gained weight. You told me that when I was down bad with all this weight that you did not want me. So now I'm small again and you want me. What happens when I get sick and I can't go to the gym and I gain weight again? We gonna break up again? It's a no for me. For me, for Latoya the therapist, it's a
Okay.
no. Because what you
I get
just
it.
told me, while I
You
appreciate
know,
your
I
honesty,
got you. I got
I
you.
appreciate the honesty. I think that's amazing. Thank you so much for not cheating on me. Like boom, boom, we cool, but we could never be together because I can't trust you when I'm vulnerable. I can't trust you when I'm down. And you 15 pounds
Mm.
is like a jean size, right? You should have said something to me 15 pounds ago. You should have said 15 pounds ago, hey, I don't really like them
Mm.
plus size. I don't like them thick, thick. I like them thick, not thick, thick, thick. Like say something. And so when
Yeah,
I'm
but
down and I'm
okay,
not
but
at
if they
my
have,
best,
and that doesn't, but that
15 pounds
doing that
ago,
don't
I could have
change
done
though.
something about that. 100 pounds. Well, honey, it's gonna take me a year.
Mm,
Whatever. I don't know that I could trust that
yeah.
if I broke my arm and they had to take my arm off, you're gonna be like, well, I don't like girls with one arm. So I don't know that I couldn't go back. No.
Okay,
But let's
understood.
let's
I'm gonna do
do the
the
comments.
comments. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
we
do the
had quite a
comments.
few of them. Alexis Butler said, "Good, good. Glad to be back in the chats." Okay. Facebook user, who is that? Says sometimes there are situations where you can just appreciate who a person is once you have matured. Me personally, I know I can. Okay, good stuff.
Okay.
Man, I wonder who that is. That is Brandy Eden. Hey, Brandy, what's going on, good lady? Appreciate your contributions there. Facebook user says spinning the block is only cool in a booty call situation, and only if that's understood by both parties.
Hello, understood by
Okay.
both parties. They should put that in capital. Cause listen, I spent the block for what I knew this was. You talking about you love me, sir? I don't want no, sir. Thank you. So
Fred said,
heavy,
"Nah, man."
heavy, my
He said
boy.
only in the booty call situation. Like I'm not gonna connect, but I'll connect. Okay.
Okay.
Alexis Butler says, "I mean, my boo spent the block. Okay, several times until I felt it was really different. It does depend on the circumstances and the reasons behind the breakup."
I agree
Okay, we
wholeheartedly.
got
I
proof
agree.
proof in action in the building. And if many of y'all don't know, that's my baby bird right there. Okay, okay. And then Alexis Butler says, "Let's be real. If you lose the weight after the breakup, when I do that in the relationship, be so serious."
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like you want to be fat. Like you
Mm.
want me to not
So
want you.
you want me to not want you? Yeah.
Or
I
I want
mean,
you to
not
not want me.
ah. That would be, I guess, that would have to be the message you send, especially if it's been addressed. Individuals have explained it to you and talked to you about it. Or you could just say, hey, I'm trying, I can't. So you can do whatever you want to. Just don't bring none home and don't disrespect me out in the open. How about
Mm-mm,
that?
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Oh, so you just gonna continue. You're gonna continue on in your way, but then demand that you get all the perks of the committed relationship that you're in.
And I'm not
And
saying that like if we have a conversation about it at pound 15, cool. But don't wait till on my 600 pound life to be like, I don't like plus size girls. That's crazy.
that person, no, I know you're not attracted.
Oh, excuse me. I'm still
No, I
sick,
don't think
guys.
it
My
happens that
kids,
way.
it's
I
like a
I
little
promise you.
vegetable
Nope.
turn.
No, you good. I don't think it's really that a person, I promise you, one, a person knows when they're gaining weight. Two, because it affects your health, your energy, the whole nine. Two, people don't have to come now. It's like it's been structured in a manner where you got to sit them down and explain to them, this is exactly like you were at 15, I mentioned this, and now you're at 30. And I would say, okay, be clear, be respectful, but they know it's been covered before and no real effort has been made. Then I think they have to bear the weight of what they get on that, because they're not responding. But nevertheless, I don't want to get too far behind on the comments. Alexis Butler says, if you spin the block because they lost weight, maybe you're the reason they were fat. That was a drop in the bucket. Jay Gilliard says, I agree, but if you leave me fat and I lose weight and get in better shape, don't come back. I'm good. Hmm.
No, for real.
And Facebook user says that can turn into the ugly duckling syndrome. What's y'all help me? What's the ugly duckling syndrome?
I have no idea.
What's that?
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, I know the story of
Yeah,
the
I don't know
ugly
what the
duckling,
ugly
but
duckling
I don't
story
know.
is. Okay. Facebook user says Facebook user says, I met you as a cheerleader. Now you're a nose guard.
Mm.
Yeah, but I mean, if they get back down to that cheerleader size, and what I'm
Go
hearing
find
is,
somebody
if
else.
you leave me for any reason, you just can't come. Like, especially if it's something aesthetic. Is that too surface level for everybody? Is that too?
Can
Can
you
you
hear
hear
me?
me, Doc?
Okay, I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you. Is that too
I
surface
can.
level? I don't think. I mean, for me, I always feel like your ex is your ex for a reason. When you spin the block,
Hmm.
whatever that reason is, it typically tends to pop back up. You'd be like, that's why we didn't make it. I don't like the way you chew your food, or whatever it is, right? And so if you leave me for something aesthetic,
If
something that can be
you break up
changed,
somebody for that, come on, man.
but if you leave me for something like aesthetic, like I gain weight, like I'm super good on you. I'm going to have to lose the weight so I can show you what you left. But then please don't talk to me. Please.
She said, "Please don't talk to me." Well, I'm
At
sorry. I
all.
didn't. I mean, I don't know. I knew that. I knew, like, I want to challenge people. I'm saying, if you know you displayed something that made the relationship tenable or untenable, and it led to a separation, but other than that, that it was a good relationship. I don't know if you can really. I don't understand how we can demean individuals for having a desire or a standard of some sort, and that if it's, I don't want to say violated, but if it goes away, it changes that aspect of it. Now, maybe they hadn't been together long enough, or maybe that was something they had talked about. Especially, if someone gets with someone who works out a lot, and then we can move to some other aspects. But if someone who works out a lot, and you know that they're healthy, then don't you think that's something that they would be attracted to? And when people meet folks, I mean, I think it's years down the line when you've been through some, I almost want to say trauma bonding a little bit before y'all in together. Y'all like really are married. To me, you ain't married until after like 7, 8 years. I almost want to move it up to 10.
Hmm. So let me say this: trauma bonding doesn't mean what you think it means. I think in this instance, you're saying we bonded over this trauma. We went through this trauma together, and now we've gotten closer. That's not the
Right.
real definition. Trauma bonding actually trauma bonding actually refers to the connection that a person feels to their abuser after they have been abused and then love bombed. So you don't want to say trauma bonding because then that indicates they were in an abusive situation.
Oh
That's A.
no. Well, I won't use.
B.
I,
I know
yeah,
because
I recant that.
yeah, most people say trauma bonding, and I know that that's what they mean, but that's not what it
No,
actually
so
means.
this is what I'm really saying, and I'll say it. Yeah, and I'll say it and extrapolate it this way. What I'm saying is, you have to be in the fight together. Y'all have had to go through some struggles together, have each other's back, see each other vulnerable, make it through those things together, which brings you closer together. Especially like if you have children together, y'all are taking care of children together, building a home together, um, going through the ups and downs of life together long enough that it's like, no, that's my partner, and that's my,
Right,
not, and so that brings you closer together. So
right.
yeah, I won't use that term again. Is there a term for what I just explained?
Deeper connection. I'm sure there's a term, but I can't come up with one off the top of my head. But I
I'm
know what
sorry,
you mean.
Doc. I
Like
didn't mean to throw you under the
you got
bus.
skin in the game. That's what you mean.
Yeah, you got some
That's not
skin in the game. Yeah, I like that. There's skin in the game now. So
do
Facebook
the
user says, the comments, yeah. I agree about the issues of his loyalty if appearance can make him leave. Okay.
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, because like if she can't accept my belly,
Come on,
I
Bailey.
don't, she can't accept my belly. I don't know what to tell her. You don't like my
Come on,
feet.
belly.
That's an inside joke to myself. Anyway, Facebook user says it's okay to mention what you don't like in a mate, but if that's why you left, then an issue that's an issue in itself. So no need to spin the block over a temporary fix.
That part.
Of a temporary. Who was that? I want man, y'all bringing the heat. So that was Brandy that said I agree about the issue of his loyalty. Um, and that was Brandy on that comment. Says I need you
I
to
love
love my inside more than my outside. I can dig it. And that is Camilla Danielle. Thank you. And Facebook user says absolutely, Camilla. That's Brandy. Thanks, Brandy. Okay, I see the line is drawn in that, and I like the elevation. The way that they really explain it is talking about the inside, the intangibles about the person, um, versus the some external features, which I knew folks are gonna come for me, but I'm just I feel bad. Folks like, man, if you don't take it all, then you don't get none. Sounds like that might have been the topic of the conversation on all its own right there. But we're talking
Yeah.
about going back to an ex. So obviously, it definitely can't fall. This is what I have learned. Can't fall in the realm of anything external.
No.
Can't be that I gained weight. Can't be that I lost my hair. Can't
So
be
here's
that I
the
got my
thing.
leg amputated or I lost 2 fingers. Can't be that.
I don't know that there's any situation where you can say steadfast every single time it is an absolute no, except for the abuse. Like, don't put your hands on me. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Abuse is an absolute no, and I encourage anyone that's in an abusive situation to get out. But I think that every person in every situation is different. And to say wholeheartedly with a blanket, like black and white statement, no, we can never get back together, indicates that you don't think a person can change. I think people can
Mm-hmm.
change. I just don't know if I want to stick around for the change, you know?
Oh, that's a deep concept. I too believe people can change. Um, it's hard. I would say it's not even a point of want or desire to. It's just hard to stick around for the change because that's a lot of work, man. And it's sad because you may meet the right person at the wrong time. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because there may be they might be in the midst of their growth process. Um, being just you burging into a conversation you may have may even spark the like for them to start growing. And then but it's difficult when you do that, and I think a lot of it's like a car. If it's a new driver, when you meet someone, um, and you may be the catalyst to help them start changing, they're that new car. They're a new driver in this growth, in this expanding and challenging themselves and being exposed to new renewing of their mind. It's almost like a brand new driver. They put dings and bings on it and they wreck it a little bit every now and again, and you get it fixed and it goes. Eventually, it's going to be so tore up that you can't. It's not even viable to drive anymore, and
Right.
you have to get a new car. And you know what I mean. So uh, and the car is representation of that union, of the relationship with that person. You going through that building with them, it can cause so much damage that it's like, no, we have to total it. No, but the wheels still roll. Yeah, but we have to
Yeah,
total
but
this car, and you have to go get a whole new car, which is you have to go get a whole new relationship with someone else. Um, Hopefully that analogy lands. But yeah, you're right. You're right, Doc. It's hard going through that growth with them. That's what do y'all say? Not y'all. I don't want to put that on people. I've heard it said. I really like what y'all say. I'm like, who is y'all?
right. Who is
But I've
y'all?
heard it. But I've heard it said that I can't even. I can't even. I
Who
can't
you
even
got
say it.
tickled?
No, I know. I'm done. So Doc, So I'm what I'm taking back is that I almost want to, from everything I've heard from the viewers, like spinning the block is just not it's a no.
I mean, I don't know because here's the thing. I know people who have experienced infidelity, who have experienced poor
You
communication,
s-
who
you
have
s-
experienced distance, who have experienced finances, and they broke up and got back together, and now they seem to be very much in love. So I'm not saying it's a no for other people. I'm saying for me, you my ex for a reason. I'm with the person who said we could do a little booty call if it's understood, but other than that, we good.
yeah, all my exes, they would love to be back with me. The only reason
Okay.
they ain't with me now is because I was broke. Otherwise, I was perfect in every other way.
Come on, perfect.
I said that
Come,
bold with
come
confidence.
on, perfect.
Now
You
I
said
would
that with a straight face.
no, I'm just no, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, because not only that, right, and I get it, and I agree 110% on that.
Uh-huh.
But I'm better now. I'll just say I'm better now. So some of the
Okay,
stresses
better.
and the worries that were present and
Mm,
had been created from that would no longer really be there. And if I was really being honest, looking back at, and I ain't talking about all of them. I was being a little, bombastic in that, saying all of them. But I know there are some relationships that would have lasted and been better. Um,
you gonna go back? You
so
gonna double back? You
no,
gonna pass
that
back?
would be a
Oh,
no. That would be a no because if you can't, because see what let's keep it a buck. When you're talking about the gaining the weight and the physical aesthetics, that's really and I don't want to offend anyone, but what we've technically known as a man and a woman, and the women, that's their area because they have children, they bear your children, man, they take care of you, their bodies change, their hormones can be a huge impact in that category. So, and that's what's
right.
traditionally been kind of how the case goes. And then women are very accepting and loving of men when they get that belly on them, or the bicep, everything ain't as detailed as it used to be. I mean, long as you keep your stroke and you can stand up in it, then they good with you. They can get past some of the other aesthetics, right?
Wow.
However, so looking on the other side with men, if we look this on the flip side, it's really that I said it. It's really that financial stability that he can bring, protection, some of those standards in that way. If he doesn't have that, then women be looking like somebody over there want to, pay a bill or two. They doing a little bit more, or they living a
Come
little
on, pay a
better.
bill.
It's less stress, and then yeah. So that starts to be, hey, I'm not attracted to you anymore. And it ain't that they not attracted, they just don't feel safe or secure with you anymore. And
And
then
that
they
is
tend
important.
to be like, yeah, so they'll be like, man, you stand up in it good, and you ain't never cheated on me. You're a good dude, but man, I need some stability and some security. And so I'm a exit stage left real quick and go over there. And so that happens in that way. So now let's talk about it like this. He got the bread. You come back.
She she gonna want to go
Should
back, but he
he
not gonna take her
should
back.
he
He not gonna take her
he
back.
bet not. But many of them do. The Great Gatsby. What you think that movie is about?
Never seen it.
That's exact. What I just described is exactly what the Great Gatsby is about. That's crazy. Anyway, Facebook
Never.
user says it's a no. You ain't never seen the Great Gatsby. They should have made you read that, right?
Nah, I'm from Tennessee. We
Brandy
didn't
Eden
read that.
says it's not a no. Brandy Eden says it's not a no. It's for the right reasons, because sometimes life humbled you enough to want the ex again. Oh, that's
Mm.
interesting.
I don't know that I want to be humbled to
Life
want
humbled you
somebody
enough.
else.
But the light,
Because
no,
when I
light will
but
no,
let's
because
talk
when you get
about what it
humbled,
means
you
for
have
life to humble you. Because I feel like when life humbles you, like you went through something, you lost something, you recognize that you ain't up where you thought you were, right? Like to me, that's what I think about when I think that life
mhm.
humbled me. I don't know that I want to have to be humbled to want somebody back, but I might not be understanding the comment correctly.
No, right, because I don't think it's about humble that it makes you want someone but somebody back. I think it humbles you. Let's say it like this. You've went through some things in life, you've gained some wisdom and knowledge, the scales fall off of your eyes, and you now realize, man, I didn't
That this
see what I
wasn't
really
that bad.
had. And now I recognize the intrinsic and wonderful qualities of what I had, and I really tricked it off. And now you like, if I could be in that position again, I would handle it much better and with much more care and respect and appreciation. I think that's
Got
what's
it.
being said.
Got
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And there she,
They
I think
ain't
she
coming back
explained
though.
herself right there. It's just, yeah, because it, yeah, 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 that'll be hard. Um, who was that? Brandy says, I mean, in the sense of you realize once you are humbled that he is what you want as you mature. Yeah.
Mature. That makes sense.
See,
Bingo.
yeah, I had that one. Had that. Thank you,
Look
thank you,
at you.
thank you. I thought
Speaking brandy
that's a great
language.
insight. Doc, what's your first? Let me take this moment, man. I just want to thank our viewers, man. Y'all was active, shared some really good insights, man. I appreciate that sincerely. It's really what it makes it so much fun. I mean, it's gonna be fun anyway. You know what I'm saying? Me and Doc, we'll get on here and cut up regardless. And I
I'm
thank
sorry.
y'all for kind of hanging with us with the technical difficulties that we were kind of experiencing. But we'll get that looked at. So next Thursday, we claim that it'll be much smoother. It'll make for a much more fun dialogue there. Mr. J. Gillia says it's a 50-50 chance we're spinning the block. Um, 50-50, I guess. Yeah, I think it's a 50-50 chance
With life.
from the beginning. Yeah.
Waking up.
Right from the jump. Like, man, may make it, may not. And I think this is on a different subject, but I think that's the big hang up with a lot of individuals is because they want everything to be so in line. They want to, you know how you test the car? You can't take the car and test it for a whole year
Mhm.
and then tell a lot, yeah, I think I'll buy it. It just doesn't work like that. So you really need to know what those very key elements are that you're looking for out of a person, out of a relationship. And there's going to be risk and you are taking a chance, period. You just have to. But you can choose to stay on the porch and never get out in the street and run. And I think you'll miss out on a lot. But I think that's a conversation for another show.
I agree with that.
Don't you go on? Yeah, go on. Sneeze. We love. We ain't mad at you. Go on. Take a
Y'all, these kids killing me.
go.
Like you get them
Go on. Let it
well,
out.
then they
You
come
over there
back
about to
and
have
they
a heart attack.
spit
Hold
in
on
your
in.
face. These kids, they trying to take me out. But anyway, okay, so final thoughts.
Nah, we ain't gonna
Thank
have it.
you
We ain't gonna
so
have
much
it.
for being here. We appreciate
Yeah.
each and every one of you. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a friend. The likes, the numbers, the shares, the engagement, all of that matters in this digital space. Please follow us in our group, the Perspective group. We are on Instagram, Perspective, where the
Mm-hmm.
number 3, where the E's are, because we are so thankful that you are here. And listen, if you want to spin the block on your boo, spin the block. Now don't get mad if they play you, because you shouldn't, hey, people crazy. But spin the block if you feel like it. Test that 50-50 out.
Yeah, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Now, I mean, like as we discussed, and Doc said a great and important thing right at the beginning. It and if she can remember, she can repeat it. She and I'm going to say it in my layman's terms. She says people do have the ability to change, but you
Yes.
need to find out what those changes were be clear on what the element was that led to the separation in the first place, and see what work has been done, and then see the quality of the work before you make a decision to step back in. If it's
I
something
agree.
that dealt with abuse, whether it was physical, mental, emotionally, verbal,
Financial.
then I'm going to stand here and say absolutely no. That's a no. I don't care how good they look, how tall they stand up in it. It's a no in that sense. But if it's something that you knew was even an element that you contributed to and you grew, and
Mhm.
or both of you grew, then I mean, don't be afraid to, and it's feeling that way. All the arrows point to success in that direction. And as Brandy elegantly put it, see, you mature over time and you realize you had something. You didn't have the insight or the wisdom to recognize what you have or what you had, and now you have an opportunity to get it back. Do not be afraid to take the steps, humble yourself, um, honor yourself. I don't like the word humble, but honor yourself and be brave enough to step back into it. So, spinning the block, I think it's okay if those steps are taken right there. Doc, I appreciate you as always. To our viewers, we appreciate you as always. So, as Doc said, please hit the like button on whatever platform you're on right now. It just please hit the thumbs up. Follow us. Make sure you subscribe. The way that you get the notifications, go to our perspective group, our Facebook group for perspective, and it's spelled with threes wherever the E's are. And make sure you join so you get those notifications. If you have topics you want discussed, if you have questions, if you want feedback, or just share what your thoughts are, we welcome that to be done. And so we really appreciate you all. We'll see you next Thursday, 8:30, and here man, I really like almost chewed that one up. Here on Perspective. So good night, everybody.